Welcome back to What If Civilization Started Over, episode 10. And in the last episode, we saw Europe get absolutely balkanized into like a billion different countries, and a bunch of these countries are definitely not crazy strong. But I did want to talk about a few things. These two right here are pretty close. They actually like help each other a lot. They've helped each other a lot during this war. Also, I want to fix up this. So actually, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. So give me a second. Okay, so I fixed up the border to make it look a little less spiky. That actually does look a lot better. So yeah, Portugal invaded this guy, and these two have horrible relations, and so do these guys. So these guys have been like building relations to maybe plan to unite like these guys did, to maybe become stronger. And well, they're actually asking these guys a lot for help how to unite, and which is causing these three to have really good relations and maybe create an alliance eventually. But yeah, for right now, these two are planning on maybe uniting, and that might happen in a future episode, but it definitely will happen. So let's move on to the next section of the video. Okay, so we're going to start over here in Egypt. So Egypt is doing a good thing, and they're basically being a wall of blocking the virus because it's all in Libya and all around them at this point because it's in these countries here. And well, Egypt's doing a great job because they've been using the masks, they've been like protecting themselves, they've been killing everybody that has the virus, which is it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, but like it's protecting the rest of their people, so that's kind of good, I guess. But Libya and Iran or Persia still have open trade, and a boat from this major city sets out and it goes along the Mediterranean Sea over Egypt, gets a little blown around because they're lost and whatever. They find the coast, they go to this major city, and now it basically just skipped over Egypt, and well, it kind of travels. Wait, what? I swear there was okay. Hold on. Okay, so pretend like this trade route was here before. It goes along the Euphrates and Tigris rivers. So a person, like the people keep getting infected, but Iran keeps killing the people that got infected, but somehow it keeps spreading, and once the infection actually passes through Iran and the Middle Eastern area, um, Iran just blocks all their borders. Like, no, Libya, we're done. You're never coming in again. And now Iran's basically like a defensive wall of not letting anybody in, except for Turkey. Turkey's also doing a great job, and so is Yemen. And that's actually like they're talking about it because they've been using the masks thing that Portugal discovered, and like we have masks in like the year like I don't know, really early, way earlier than before, um, and well, it's causing these three to have actually pretty good relations because of it, because they have actually been using science and stuff like that. Even though Yemen is really reluctant, Iran's been pushing for them to do it because it's actually proven to like save lives. So now like the Yemen slash Orange team is like saying, yeah, God did this for us and stuff like that, just because they're like a theocracy and whatnot. Like that's the color for theocracy. Okay. Also, I probably should explain the ideologies. I'll do that at the end of the video though. And with these guys being pretty friendly and not letting anybody in their borders anymore, they've been having very few cases. But this Pakistani green Iranian country here has not. They do not think the masks work. They think it's just like a hoax and whatnot. And they are getting absolutely demolished by the plague. And it's it's not looking good. We have a few regions calling for independence, but this Pakistani Iranian country is like, no, you ain't getting independence, and well, it's gonna cause a bit of a civil war, and we have two groups rising up. Let's see what those two groups are. So in the civil war, we have this northern part breaking away, and then this old country breaking away, like this part of the country breaking away. And well, Pakistan is absolutely crumbled right now, so they can't do anything about it. So they're gonna have to let these guys get independence, and yeah, that's what Pakistan looks like now. And I'm gonna fix up this pink a little bit more. Sure. All right, and well, with this Pakistani country here getting it, it's causing these two countries to get it, and it's going along all of these. And yeah, the rest of Asia now has it officially, except this one. This one doesn't have it, but I probably should talk about something. They fully discover that it's bound time. Like, it's been a while since I've been over here or done any colonizing or new countries and whatnot. So I think it's bound that was supposed to happen. But yeah, so back to what I was saying over here. This purple country is very populated, and well, with it being very populated and very kind of densely populated, more densely populated than all of these guys, it's going to cause it to spread very rapidly through this. But the purple government is just going to absolutely collapse because they can't do anything about it right now. So we're going to see a bit of a collapse, and let's see what that collapse looks like. So we have this Mumbai state just absolutely collapsing. We have this old brown country that used to exist, and we have like this new Bhutan country existing. Why is that? We have this new Bhutan country. We've got this like central Indian country, and then, well, we got this southern Indian country that's not from it, but like not from this Mumbai breakaway group thing. But it's still really strong. Yeah, they're thinking about doing it, but then they got hit by the plague, so now they're not doing anything. They were planning on invading into these two, but they got hit by the plague, so no. And well, with Mumbai collapsing, it's basically spelling defeat for this country too, because this was this country's main like trading partner / exporters. Now these guys are going to split into three, so let's see what these countries split into. So in this like collapse of this country, we have these northern provinces and the southern provinces breaking away, and also a slight recoloration of this country right here. So now India is absolutely breaking up, and well, this southern Indian country, you know how I said they got hit by the plague? Yeah, well, they're doing decent, but not good enough to fully just stay together. They're gonna lose one province, like one country is gonna break out of them. Let's see what that country is. Okay, so we see this like Indian basically version of Chile, just this province area right here breaking away. So now we have like central India and this area just being absolutely balkanized. Yeah, we might have a few unions happen, but not yet, because these guys are very different. This might be this is the capital of this orange country, by the way. I just thought I should mention that. And their capital's cooked. Either way, their capital is really close to another country. And yeah, well, this not Bangladesh, this country right here, this Burma country / Malayan country, is not doing great either. But the north is doing way worse than the south, and the south is being taxed badly. So we have a slight another breaking away. So let's see what that looks like. So we have this like Malaysian country breaking away, and well, so I don't know if I should actually, you know what, I'm gonna change color. Hold on, there. Yeah, that looks better. So we have this like Malaysian country here, but they're like barely affected, and now because they're independent, wall. So now no infected at all, and they're not trading with anybody because they've got what they need. Like, they won't need anything else. But they do send a few exploration boats out, and they find this island right here, because they're actually so they're completely fine to the point where they literally are being barely affected, and well, they start circumnavigating the entirety of the Malaysian peninsula, Indonesian island of, I think, Sumatra. They are discovering all this. They discover this island. They discover these islands. They find all these islands over here on the coast, and well, they're going around the entire thing, and well, they're basically discovering a lot. They find all these islands. Still going around. They're like actually sending people into the southern part to discover, and well, this southern part is getting discovered, so this island is found too, and this island, and yeah, basically, yeah, we have the entire island of this being found. And you know what's gonna happen? Malaysian country immediately annexes all of it, and now it's gonna start like populating it. And well, they're still sending scouts out. An explorer finds this island and discovers right here Another one lands over here. One gets really lost and lands over here. And then they're basically just setting up little outposts along these. Like these are all just little mini bases. There's a big base here that they're taking. They take all this, and then they actually end up they end up discovering the entirety of the Timor-Leste island, and actually end up claiming all of it. So now they're actually doing a pretty good job of expanding and exploring, and they find this island chain and start going back to it, like back to their main area to see if it's easier to connect up, and they keep setting up little bases. And they set up another exploration out here. But now the main government knows about the plan to reconnect it, so they're trying to send out a group over here to try and find if they find this island instead and set up another base. There's a lot of little bases for this Malaysian country, and this is not just happening all at once. It's happening over a span of time, a lot of time. Here's a time span for you, because this is all happening at the same time. This is all happening, but this is happening toward the end of this. So basically a little bit before this war right here happened. And by the way, these areas, I realized in the last video, these areas broke away at the same, within a year, 2 years of these areas. So I just drew that in badly because I forgot. That was my bad. But yeah, these areas broke away at the same time as the rest of these, basically within 2 years. And then 5 years after that, this Portuguese country declared war on this one. So there's your timeline for you. But yeah, they also set up and find a good chunk of this colony, or this island right here, and obviously set up a little base or a little colony on the outside of it. And yeah, they're setting up a pretty good thing. But we're gonna actually have another civilization type popping up. Let's see where that is. So we see this little group over here popping up in southern Australia. They're really new to the world. They're they pop up while this plague is happening, but they're just going along the coast and stuff and whatnot, and they're going around the entire thing, and they're going up here and they find all this, but they go back. Yeah, they're basically discovering this part of it. I'll draw in what they fully discover. So they basically find all this, and they actually end up setting up a little country here, along this and this coast, and they're actually doing a lot of discovering. They discover all this, not that. They discover all this and become a small little hermit civilization type thing, basically. But it's hot here, so they're sticking to the coast so they can at least cool off. But it's deadly here. They've got big spiders in Australia. So these people are definitely getting attacked by these, and yeah, I'm gonna personally say, for the timeline for this group pops up at the exact same time the plague, for within 3 days of the plague starting up here, or wherever. I think it was up here that the plague started. Yeah, they pop up around the same time, and they're discovering more and more of the coast, but they're going back in a little bit. And we also have another thing now, after a couple of years, after 30 years of looking like this happens. So there's your timeline. The plague is bad. Also, this timeline might not be exactly accurate, but a sailor also gets blown off course and lands in this northern island of Australia, and he's like, well, is that something big on the coast? All right, I'll go back to HQ or whatever it's called, or not that. No, they didn't colonize this. They go back to HQ or whatever. This is the big trading area right here. All of this is being traded on, and there's more area being found over here, and now Borneo is being discovered and whatnot. And yeah, we got more little areas over here, and then this, and yeah, a lot of areas being discovered. The southern coast of Borneo is discovered, and now connected up with this other colony thing. So they're basically trying to make sure everyone's connected and can basically do stuff. So we got the final border of that looking like that. We got this looking like this, and basically the entire coastline, like the strait here, all of this land around here is discovered, and I'll draw on what they claim. So we have this Malaysian country, like looking like Indonesia at this point. They're exploring a lot of land, and well, now that they know about this, they send people over to like colonize parts of it. So then it looks. I'll draw on what is fully discovered by the Malaysians. So we have the northern coast of Australia being discovered, and this island right here being claimed by Malaysia, and at the same time this is happening. And this little group over here starts to have a decent sized population boom, and well, they're going over here and over here and over here, and they go all the way up. They fully discover this area, discover all this. They go up here, they discover all this, discover all of this, and well, it's looking something like this. But a big group of the people want to move over to this new area, but the government of this old area is not allowing it. So we just have like a mass migration happening. So we see like a new group up over here popping up right there and looking like that, and they're exploring a lot more than this other group did, and actually going a little bit deeper into the desert-ish area. I don't know exactly where the desert-ish area is. I'm pretty sure it looks something like that. Pretty sure it does, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. But they're still exploring up and connecting to these lakes and like going around discovering these and just colonizing more and whatnot, just so they can like really protect themselves from this other group over here, because this group they think is like absolutely hostile. Like if they find out they exist, they will try to attack them, but they are starting to like discover that military might be useful and whatnot, and they go along here and they go along here to make this border over here a little bit thicker, but then they also end up going down this coast right to there, and that's where I'm going to cut off this part over here. Actually, let me fix up this exploration border. I'll fix up this exploration border and then come back. So we have this group discovering all of this, and we're also going to have this like little bluish Southern Australian group. This is like tribal stuff like going on here. I just wanted to talk about that. It looks something like this, and yeah. Okay, so in the next part of the video, we are gonna have the rest of Asia get the illness, and well, the rest of these borders, like this country up here, closes all of its borders, no imports. Like obviously, you still have to have some imports, but like not all of them, because you don't want to take extra stuff to get the plague. But this Chinese country and this gray country are gonna get the plague bad. So let's see what they look like after their basically collapse. Okay, so there's a lot to explain here. Basically, this darker color right here is a revolutionary government. This is a revolutionary government, and this is a revolutionary government. But this is a breakaway, and these green is a breakaway. And so it's Hayman Island. Hold on. Okay, so basically Asia is being absolutely rolled through by the revolutions. Like these guys are basically allied right now, and these guys are also helping fund these guys. So we're seeing some interesting stuff happen, but let's start in the south. So first we're gonna see well, the push of these guys into this new territory. Back to what I was saying earlier. So we have these revolutionaries pushing in to this area, like fully just absolutely cooking the governments, like in the power. Like hold on, let me show you out the power rankings. Okay, so in the power rankings, Korea is number 1, Persia is number 2, Nigeria is number 3, Carthage is number 4, South China is 5, Ghana is 6, Japan is 7, Mexico 8, North China 9, Turkey 10, South India 11. And yeah, they got pushed into like the main area, like the main capital area is now captured by this thing, and well, it's basically just the rest of this is now under control of this, and we have them pushing into like this, but then a hard defensive is being held by this city all the way up here, and they're like, you know what, fine, we'll let you have it, but you let us get independence. All right, so we have the like suspended fighting here, and honestly just at this point full annexation of that into this country, looking at something like this, and these two areas are now, well, Hainan Island is independent, and this gray country is now just Vietnam, I guess, at this point. And now we'll focus on this northern part up here, and well, hold on. Yeah, I'm not even gonna draw in their thing, because basically what happens is, yeah, they're just rolling through. There's not much of a pushback. They definitely are stronger than northern China because of the aid that they're getting, and well, the full surrender of China comes, and well, we also get this area independence, but we also will now get this country pushing in to Korea to try and take it from the Koreans, because they want to actually get like a good coastline before they peace out. And well, they grab all this land here, and they take this land here, and well, then a big wall is set up like right here, and they can't really push past it. I'm gonna fix up this border actually a little bit better, like that. There's also a little holdout by the Koreans over here. They're holding out, but then a naval landing from the back just surprises them and jumps them, and well, now they end up getting the revolution to pop up in the south, and well, it's not looking good for Korea, like really not good. They push up here and take this, and where's the capital? I think the capital is this one. Yeah, I was right. So they end up fully encircling the capital, and they get behind the wall, and yeah, it's not looking good, and Korea ends up falling to the revolutionaries. And in the peace treaty, I'm going to draw this border better. So the revolutionary government ends up giving this land right here to the Chinese government here, and then this Chinese government gives independence to this. And yeah, they also, the gray team also, right before they lost, they found Taiwan and landed there and decided to be there. But since they're split in two now, yeah, this blue country restarts the war and just annexes the rest of this poor gray country, and now the country is just left in Taiwan. Yeah, let's look at the final peace treaty and borders fixes and everything and whatnot. Alright, the last event of the video is going to be like a well, a grouping of breakaway kind of thing. I'll draw in what it looks like. It's hard to explain. So we have like this type of country thingy breaking away from these two, but these two are like allowing it. But these two have, like, all these countries here have honestly great relations except for Taiwan. But Taiwan hears from Malaysia that there's land and islands south, so they decide to go south also. But they find the Philippines, but they think they found like the northern of this island here. But yeah, let's like they slowly start filling in this thing and are just pushing around, going up here, just finding all this, and they go to here and find all this, and they grab all this. The entire northern part of the island is found, and this is gotten, and this is grabbed, and not that. Why is that drawn in? And actually, let's say they only find to there, and only feel like discovering that because they claim this, the entirety of this northern part of the island, basically doubling their land size, but they want to escape away from these guys because they have horrible relations with these. But one last thing I realized I probably should talk about. So the plague also reaches Japan, but not this part of Japan. So Japan's weak except for this northern part, and Japan doesn't have great control on this northern part, so war. And this country basically is taking back all the land they once owned, that Japan took from them basically is this, but they want to keep going, and well, they do keep going, and they end up taking the entirety of the northern island. Like, they take all of Hokkaido, but then start pushing it down south. And as this is happening, as he captures the northern part, Japan absolutely fractures into like not a billion, but like 5 different states. So let's see what that looks like. And well, with Japan splintering like this, we're gonna see the surrender of Japan, and then, well, this northern island is gonna take some stuff from Japan. So in peace deal, we have this Hokkaido country expanding down south, taking these and these 2 like reverse Japan things, and then we have this like white Japanese country, and we have this like purple Tokyo country, and then with southern Japanese country, and then these 2 countries. So yeah, and we also we have Japan looking something like this now, and Korea looking like this, all these countries over here. Asia is very balkanized. All of this, the entire world is now balkanized. So, sorry, this is a little bit of a longer video. That is going to conclude this episode. There might be a little less videos because I will be going on vacation, and I have a couple of weddings to attend. So there might be a little break in videos, but I will be planning this video for a week from now, I hope. And yeah, I still would like your suggestions in the comments for ideas. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day. See ya.